Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Spiritual Magpie. My name is Sophie Rose and in this video I'll be carrying on the tarot tutorial series and I'll be telling you how to read a Celtic Cross. A Celtic Cross is quite a useful tarot spread to do. It can give quite in-depth knowledge and insight into different problems. I think Celtic Cross is good when you have quite I wouldn't do a Celtic Cross every day for myself, but I'd do it for like an extended period of time, like a week maybe, or a month, or if I have a specific question on my mind, then I'd do the Celtic Cross. So it's not really a daily reading practice, but more when you want a bit more insight into a situation. If you watch my videos regularly, you'll know when I do my monthly readings, I use a Celtic Cross for that month because I feel it's the best spread to use to get the best information about what's going to happen in the following month. So a Celtic Cross is very useful to do, and it's one of the most common ones that every tarot reader has in their pocket as a spread they can use when they need to. So I'm going to walk you through how to do a Celtic Cross, and I've done this with cards for a reading that I've done for myself, so I can explain how they work together and also give myself a reading at the same time. Okay, so the very first card that we'll have in the Celtic Cross is you in relation to the question. So the question I asked myself for this reading was that I'm feeling a bit stuck at the moment. Like I can feel there's some blockages for me moving ahead on my spiritual journey to getting what I want. So I was like, what are these blockages? How can I sort it out? So that's the question I asked. So the first one is me in relation to the question. So I had Queen of Pentacles. So in this instance, it's showing that I know what I want, and I want good things. And that's what it's showing. So basically it's just you in relation to the question. Yes, that's me in relation to the question of what's been blocking my way. I want to get the things in life that I want, and that's illustrating that I want the best things for myself in life. The second card is the conflict that's going on. So this could be the main cause of what the problem that's going on, whatever it may be. So I pulled Page of Cups in the reverse position. So this is telling me that the conflict is that can't get my words out, that I'm like feel a bit imposter syndrome, that maybe I've like a little voice in me saying that you don't know everything, that you shouldn't be telling other people when you don't know everything yourself, and it's that's holding me back, that feeling that I'm an imposter syndrome, which a lot of people get, is very common to have. So that's the conflict, that is what's holding me back from getting what I want. So the second card is the conflict. The third card that we have is the foundation of the problem. What's behind the conflict? What's the deep-rooted problem that's causing it? So for me, Eight of Pentacles, the foundation of the problem is Eight of Pentacles. So focused on getting things perfect and not putting them out there to the world and for everyone to see, that's holding me back, which is causing the imposter syndrome, because I'm putting things out that I don't think are perfect, which are making me feel like I'm an imposter. So that's the foundation of the problem. That's what's behind the conflict that's causing. That's the root of all the problems that are going on. That's the third card, foundation. Yeah. Fourth card is the past influences that are affecting the situation. So the Hanging Man. So the past influences would be that you're being what other people want you to be, not being yourself. You're just so hung up on being what people want you to be, and you're not being yourself, which is very true of me. I feel like I'm being pulled in several different directions sometimes, trying to be the best, the best girlfriend, the best worker, doing this. I feel like I'm pulled in different directions, and everybody wants me to be a different version of myself. So that's been going. That's like always been how it's felt for me. So that's what past influences are. So that's in the past, that's happened in the past, that you're still carrying forward to influence the current situations in your life. Present, so what's going on in the present that's affecting what's going on, so it's currently happening. Five of Wands, like infighting, like comparing yourself to others. For me, this would be like, I'm really competitive, even at work. I'll try and type faster than the person next to me. It's really that petty sometimes. Been what would be quite a competitive person, which isn't a very good, the way I take it to an extreme is not a very good quality to have. So for me, the present things that are affecting me is I feel like I'm constantly in competition with others when there's not a competition to be had. That others don't see it like that. It's just me projecting that onto the situation when it's not there. So the 5th card is present influences that are happening at the moment, which are affecting whether the outcome is what you're going to be or not. Now the 6th card is future influences, so things that could affect the future and things that could be taken forward into the future that you need to keep up. So we have the Magician, a sense of having to have wanting control over the situation of all aspects of your life and all that. So the future influence in this case would be that going forward you need to have more control over different aspects of my life. Sorry, I'm doing it for me, of my life. Have control over me and the version I put out myself to the world. Being control over who I am, being who I want to be. So that's future influences would be about control going forward. So that's something that's going to affect the future of the outcome, and something going forward you need to keep going ahead. The 7th card that's going to be is your self-image, how you are and how you want to be seen, how you think you're being seen, this would be. So it's slightly different to the first card. The first card is you in relation to the question. The self-image one that I'm doing now is more how you want to be seen or how you perceive to be seen. Or it can be showing the true you that you're not seeing yourself. So for me, I pulled Knight of Swords. So for me, this is showing that I know what I want. I understand how I want to get it. And that is true. I do understand all of that. And this is why I'm doing this spread to work out why I can't get it. Why I'm not putting it into practice and getting it. So the self-image can be the true you in relation to the question. And it might show you, maybe you thought, like for me, even though it did come out that I know what I want and I know how to get it, it might have shown me that I was actually unsure, not as sure as I thought I was. So the self-image will show you a reflection of how you are actually doing with the situation. Now the 8th card is how other people perceive you, how they see you in relation to this situation, whether they see you're doing what you need to be doing or whether they can see something that needs to be happening. So we've got 4 of Swords. So how other people are seeing me, sorry, I keep doing that. How they're seeing me in relation to this question, that I'm constantly on the defence. Why did I say it the American way though? Sorry, on the defence. So I'm constantly, like I said before, in competition with others, constantly criticising myself, needing to be perfect. They can see that I'm doing that kind of, I can't think of the word, but yeah, debilitating behaviour, like negative behaviour that I'm doing to myself. It's debilitating. They can see I'm doing that, like it's quite clear for them to see, so obviously I'm putting it out there quite a lot. So we call that one the environment card, so that'll show you how other people perceive you. It could be your family, friends or work colleagues or the general people around you, public around you. That's just what you're putting out to everyone else, that they can see of you, that you're in relation to that situation. So the next card, the 9th card is hopes and fears. It could be either. I tend to interpret it, so normally I do it, if it comes upright it's a hope, if it's reversal it's a fear. That's how I normally take it. So 3 of Wands, so I'd take that as a hope. For me, that's just how I do it. You don't have to do that. It's just how I do the Celtic Cross position. So 3 of Wands, I think you're hoping to put something into action, and I'm hoping to get something into action, hoping it goes everything to plan. I'm hoping to give it as much focus as possible, and then it'll bring rewards back to me, and like put it out there and see what happens. So I hope that I'll put it out, be able to put it completely out there, all the projects that I have going on in my mind that I want to put into practice. So the 9th card is hopes and fears regarding the situation. So I hope for this situation that I'll be able to get past it, be able to put the projects in my head that I want to work towards out into the world and see how it goes. That's the hope for me. Whereas if it had been like the other way around, like fear, it'd be almost like a fear that that I'm not gonna be able to put it out there, or that it's never gonna happen, sort of thing. So the very last card, the 10th card, is the outcome. The outcome can be a bit like a tricky card to work out. It can be the outcome if all things stay the same, or it can be the outcome if you choose to change things. I think if it's more of the outcome that you want, then it's more you need to pick up on the advice in the spread and put it forward. If it's more of a negative outcome, it's more that if you stay exactly the same, this is how you're going to be. So I pulled the Ace of Swords. So to me, this means if I followed a plan in the Celtic Cross, stop being so competitive, stop focusing on perfection so much, and put that all forward. Ace of Swords is all the aces are all about opportunities coming into your life. So the outcome for me, if I can get all these things sorted out, there'll be plenty of opportunities coming forward. So that was the Celtic Cross overview while doing the Celtic Cross for myself. So first card is you in relation to the question. Second is the conflict, which is what is the problem that's causing you to need to ask the question. Third card is the foundation, what's the root cause of the problem that's happening. Fourth card is past influences that are affecting the situation. 5 is present influences, things that are happening right now that are affecting you. Sixth card is future, things that are affecting the future and things you need to take forward going into the future to carry on doing. Seventh card is your self-image, how you in relation to the question and maybe your true self in relation to the question that you're not acknowledging. Eighth card is environment, which is how other people perceive you, whether that's family, friends, work colleagues or people just generally around you like your neighbours and stuff. Ninth card is hopes and fears, it could be either, it's up to you to interpret it. And the 10th one is the outcome, which is what could happen if you listen to the advice, what will happen, or if you don't listen, what's going to be the outcome. So that's all the cards you need to do with Celtic Cross. I feel like it's a very useful spread to learn how to do. I wouldn't recommend it for, as I said before, I wouldn't recommend it as a daily practice, more as like maybe once a week for the week ahead or the month ahead. Or whenever you've got a really big burning question, like I did, a burning question that you don't understand, it'd be really useful. So I hope you found it useful on how to read a Celtic Cross. If you'd like a bit more information on it, if you feel like it needs to go a bit more in depth, leave a comment down below and I'll do another one with a bit more information and answer any questions that you might have on the Celtic Cross. Thank you so much for watching, I really do appreciate it. Like I said, if you liked it, leave this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below about whether there is more questions about the Celtic Cross that you want me to answer for you. Again, thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you again next week for your tarot tutorial. I'll see you next week, everyone. Bye.